What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is going to be a week in review of my training leading into my first sub 3 hour marathon attempt. I've slowly cut my marathon times down from 4:05 to 3:29 to a 3:16 to a 3:10, and now in 2 weeks time I'm gonna take a shot at going sub 3 hours at the Toronto Waterfront Marathon. If you guys have been following along, I've been documenting my weekly training in these review videos to just give you some insight into what it looks like for a very amateur runner to try to get to running a sub 3 hour marathon. So this week is the start of my taper, which means my base runs dropped from 16 to 13, which honestly is like a blessing. Like, it is so much better mentally to wrap my head around having to go out and do 13K, which is a baker's dozen. So we kicked that off Monday. Honestly, felt pretty bad doing this run. My legs were super sore, muscles, tendons, joints sore from the big week prior. But it was good to get it in. And again, mentally getting 13K in the books versus 16 was so much better. And then Tuesday, definitely on tired legs and a tired mind. I typically don't stay up late to watch football, but this year I've been committing to the Lions games more than I have in a while. So the Lions won, which was hype, but I was up late, which means I was a little bit slow on this fartlek workout, but this wasn't meant to be a super crazy intensity day. I did 10 times of 1 minute hard, 2 minute easy. Idea with this is just to keep the legs moving, keep intensity there, but really still trying to recover and bounce back from the big marathon prep run that I did on the weekend. Overall, happy with how the legs turned over in this, and the Lions won, so all was well. Then we did the movement run club. That evening we did 5K, nice easy run, very low pace for me, but it was great. Had a good group out, and it was a beautiful evening. Got another 13K in on the Wednesday. Legs still not feeling great, and then just mentally not in a good place. Just tired, honestly, coming off of last week and all of the other weeks of training. This first week of taper, it's not like my volume's dropping a ton. So you're still, I still totaled 92K on the week, but my body just feeling the build. And now that I'm kind of taking some of that volume out, it's almost what's going on here? So happy to get this done. Same with the Thursday, another 13K. But what was amazing is the weather had really started to turn. This was a crisp fall day, which is exactly what I need for my mind and for the race. So again, happy to get this in. I was hoping that my legs would start turning around by this point in the week. Honestly, really still had not turned around. Legs just heavy, sore, tired. Got a 10K shakeout, another crispy morning, beautiful sunrise. Felt okay. Legs actually started to get a little bit better towards the end of this run, but still, honestly, after this run, I'm like, dude, I don't know how the hell I'm going to want to run a 25K long run the next day. But to be honest, the last long run pretty much of the build, which was 25K, went a lot better than expected. I felt really good on this run. I think maybe the first 5K as I was warming up didn't feel super hot, but once I got in the groove, it felt great. It was a beautiful morning. Kind of went out to the countryside, which is my favorite place to run, and actually really enjoyed this one and was happy with how I felt doing it. Average 4:57 per kilometer. No intensity really in this. It was just meant to be an easy long run. And yeah, this is the last long run of the prep. I think next week my long run is only 16K, which is kind of crazy because for most of this prep, that was my base runs, basically 15, 16K. So for that to be the long run, shows you that we are at the end of this training block, which I am very excited about. So like I said, we totaled 92 kilometers on the week, which is not a massive drop. So volume is still relatively there. I think I did 110 last week. So definitely a difference. And then next week the volume will drop even more, and then the week of the race, obviously, it'll drop as well. But I have a fun little test that I always do at this point in marathon training. So next Tuesday I'll have a fast 10K, which I'll be like really pushing my pace. So like if I hit the paces that I'm supposed to, probably going to PR my fastest 10K. I haven't really raced a true 10K, so I don't know where that's at exactly, but this Tuesday will be the last like high intense day of prep. The week of the race, I'll do 800-meter repeats, but not really hard. So we still got a little bit of challenging training. Like it's not a cakewalk leading into the marathon. We don't want it to be. I think people sometimes get taper confused and think that means like you just kind of pack it in, but you really just drop volume and you keep intensity there. Like you want to keep the legs moving. You want to keep the nervous system primed to go into the race ready to send a pretty big effort. So that will wrap up this week of training. It's crazy to think that we're 2 weeks out. I'm super pumped. I'm excited to just get to this race at this point. This has been probably the most challenging marathon prep that I've done, both with intensity and volume. So I'm excited to see what we can put together here in 2 weeks. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate the support on the channel. Whether you're just tuning in for the first time or you've been following this whole prep, it's really meant a lot to see the support that I've gotten. Last week I dropped a vlog style video of my whole peak week. So if you guys are interested in seeing that week, I didn't do a review in training that week because that vlog does a pretty good job of laying out exactly what I did every day for peak week and giving you some insight into what that looks like. So you guys can check that out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Strava. Make sure you check out my Instagram. And then lastly, I hope you guys are pushing yourself, challenging your bodies, getting after it, and most importantly, digging deep. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.